we go! Here we go! Set hut! On the double! Hut hut!
You ain't doing nothing today.
Come on, set! 50, plant! Ready, go! On the ready! Hot, hot! Let's go now, let's go! Hot, go! Ready, ready! 60, set, go! Set, ready, go! Set, hut! Ready, ready! Here we go! 10 Tucson. Blue Dark Corkers. Blue Dark... go! Ready up! Set, go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Hut, hut! Down! Ready, ready! Set! Set, hut! Ready! 8! Hut, hut! On the set! Ready, go!
You ain't doing nothing today.
Ready, break! Hot, hot! Got you, boy. Okay, break! Hot, go! Here we go! Set, go! Here we go! Here we go! 60, orange. Ready, go! Ready! Ready, ready! Come on, set! 90! Go! Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now! 60 outlaw. Set, go! Ready, ready! 30 pace. Hut, hut! Got it! Ready, ready! Set, ready! Set, hut! Set, hut! 10 Lobo.
We're at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Two clubs here each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Block 80! Here we go, G, get off the field.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
45, 45. Mike, 45.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 77, 77.
45.
Ben to throw again. Finds his running back, James Conner. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A good pick up there of 20 yards. From midfield, here's Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Locke working out of the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. They'll toss this out right for Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Blue 30. 45.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Good catch by Deontay Johnson, and he really helped fill a void during his rookie season when he had 59 catches that led the team, and he was first among all rookie receivers last season as well. Not bad for the 10th wide receiver selected in the 2019 draft. Really good play. Expects to continue to get better in this Pittsburgh offense.
Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a fourth down. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
.38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster. This time complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go. Black 20.
47 the mark, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he connects with Ebron. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And now it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. In his end zone, here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this throw will be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Hey, get away.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
So how many different ways can we say that Von Miller is an absolute nightmare to prepare for any offense? An absolute dominant force on the defensive side of the ball. Double-digit sacks in 7 of his 9 seasons in the NFL. And when he finished the 2019 season, 2nd in total sacks in NFL history among active players, behind only Terrell Suggs.
So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Oswald good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. K.J. Hamler returning it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
You ain't going to burn me.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Play action. Now it's Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know...
And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Hamler now to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Quick throw outside by Locke. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Throwing now is Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got his tight end fan. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Like 30. I know he ain't got it. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Mike Purcell with a tackle.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I smell fear in that offense. Hey, check Mike 47. Check.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Push him back. Push him back.
2nd down. It's Lindsey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Always got some breathing room, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Block with a quick throw out to Judy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
I think we're at the point now where we may talk about Alabama as being a wide receiver factory. Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, and now Jerry Jeudy. Big play guy. Wherever he catches the football, it could turn into a big, long gain. And now he's joining Cortland Sutton this season. If I'm Drew Lock, the quarterback, I'm thinking my passing game looks quite good.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Ball at the 24 and a second and 11.
He's not going to get me. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it. This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
One more time with Lindsey. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. From the gun, it's Locke. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now Locke on the RPO. That's complete right side. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah, 60 Pittsburgh. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 198.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw it than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Locke going to throw it here. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw it is Locke. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Broncos, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.